It had been months of silence. Not a single message, not a glance, not an attempt to reach out. I had stepped away from everything we shared. No goodbye, no note, not even the backward glance. The woman I had loved, the woman I married, had shattered me in ways I couldn't even begin to comprehend. It wasn't some dramatic scene straight out of a movie. There were no fiery confrontations, no catching her in the act. It was the subtle things, the tiny shifts I had ignored for too long. The coldness in her touch. The late nights she spent at the office. The phone always face down, always silent. I had seen it, yet I chose to look away. Until that night, I had returned home, exhausted and scattered from another long, overwhelming day. My mind was consumed by work, bills, and everything that felt impossible. And then my phone buzzed. It wasn't a scream, or a fight, or an accusation. Just a message. The words hit me like a freight train, slamming into my chest and stealing my breath. I didn't need to read it twice to know the truth. Everything I thought I understood about us had been torn apart. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I simply walked out. Staying made no sense anymore. Betrayal isn't about understanding why. It's about recognizing a choice that was made. And she had made hers. The following days were a haze. I shut myself off from the world, from friends, from family. I wanted to disappear, to escape the gnawing emptiness inside. Their well-meaning words of comfort barely reached me. I moved into a small apartment, far removed from the life I once knew. I tried to rebuild, tried to find peace in the chaos, but the nights were relentless. The silence of my apartment mirrored the void she had left behind. I reminded myself constantly, she had chosen to leave. There was no going back. Yet sometimes, against my better judgment, I found myself thinking of her, wondering if she felt a fraction of the pain I did. But those thoughts were fleeting. She had made her choice. She had left me behind. Then, 6 months later, her name appeared on my phone. My heart froze. My chest tightened. A storm of disbelief, anger, and curiosity swept over me. What could she possibly want after all this? I debated ignoring her, blocking her forever. And yet a small, stubborn part of me needed to hear her words. I told her to meet me at the cafe, the one we used to frequent years ago. A place familiar enough to not overwhelm me with memories. I arrived early, choosing a quiet corner. My hands shook, but I forced calm. When she entered, my heart stumbled. She looked the same, yet changed, shorter hair, subtle shadows under her eyes, a weariness I hadn't seen before. Months apart had aged her. She froze at the doorway, hesitant, unsure. Then slowly, she sat down. Her voice was barely audible. "Thank you for seeing me," she whispered. I didn't respond. I just watched, keeping my emotions in check. The hurt was still sharp, raw. "I've missed you," she continued, trembling. "I know I was wrong. I regret everything." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to imagine the woman I once loved was sitting here, apologizing and wanting to make things right. But something in me whispered otherwise. She wasn't the same, and she never would be. "I never meant for it to happen," she admitted. "I thought I could have it all, keep both of us in my life. But when I lost you, I realized how much you truly meant to me." The words landed, but not in the way she expected. My heart pounded with clarity. This wasn't a heartfelt apology. It was an explanation. Words alone couldn't mend what had been broken. I kept my voice steady, though cold. "Is this about wanting me back? Or about realizing you lost your safety net?" Her face fell. For the first time, I saw the truth in her eyes. She didn't miss me. She missed the comfort, the security, the life she had taken for granted. Her new life hadn't fulfilled her, and now she wanted to see if I was still an option. I stood, the weight of the moment pressing down. "You should go," I said firmly. She nodded silently, disappointment etched across her features, and left. I watched her go, feeling a strange mix of sadness and relief. But then, as I walked to my car, another message appeared. This one was different. It wasn't a plea for a second chance. It was a revelation. "I didn't just want you back, because I made a mistake. I needed to see something about myself. I've been using people, making them feel needed to fill the emptiness inside. But what I had with you, that was real. I finally understand, and I'm sorry, more than words can say. I stared at her words. This wasn't an apology meant to repair our relationship. It was her confronting her own flaws. Her regret wasn't about me. It was about her. And in that moment, I understood something essential. Sometimes, people need to endure their own pain to realize what they've lost. But for me, it was too late. I deleted the message. Not because I didn't care, but because I finally knew my own worth. I wouldn't linger for someone who only recognized my value after losing me. I had walked away once. Now, I walked away again. For good. If you're waiting for someone to realize your worth, remember this. They don't truly miss you. They miss the comfort, the ease, the way you made them feel. And that, my friend, isn't love. It's regret.